All right, so let's do some review about what we have covered last week. Okay. Thanks. All right, so let's do some quick review about what we have covered last week. Um, you have know how to rename the tables, okay? So it's quite easy by just using the rename tables and then customers and then to the new name that you want it to be changed. And then after that, we already change back from clients and to customers again, okay? And then we also try to rename the other tables name. Since I have three tables over here. Oh, I have a lot of tables. Okay, so I changed the tables items to goods, the names, and then I changed back the names good into the items. Okay, so basically, I still have the same tables name. And then I also do it with the other tables of the purchase tables. I change it to bill table's name and then I change it back to purchase. So at the end of the day, I still have the same table's name. Okay, and then we also covered how to copy the tables, both for copying tables, including the columns, the data type, and the values, and also without the values. The first, the first code over here is how you copy the tables, only the columns and then the data types, without the data value, without the values inside the tables. And then the second code over here, the one that I mean, okay? It's over here is how you copy the table, includes the column, include the data types, and the values inside the tables. This is how you can do it, okay? And next, how you rename the columns. Okay, so you want to rename the column inside the tables. And here I changed my phone number into phone. Okay, so let's check if it's still there. The columns. Okay, so it's still using the last change, which is the phone. So instead of phone number, I changed to phone. So without this, okay. Okay, so it's still there. So it's just still the same like last week. And then last week we also have covered how we change the data types. Oh, okay, so for your additional information, you cannot change the data types of the primary key. You cannot change the data types of the primary key. I will write it down right here. You cannot change the data type of the primary key. So in the first beginning of the hands-on coding activity, I ask you to set the primary key right after you make the tables, right? So if you still remember, once you create the tables, okay, I need to make it bigger. Okay. Once you make the tables over here, I want I ask you to directly set the primary key of the table, which is for customers, if the primary key is the customer's ID. Okay, so you already set the primary key for each table. Okay, as you can see here, for each of the table, you already set the primary key. So during the second class of the hands-on activity, we also covered how to change the data types. So since you already set the primary key for each of the tables, you cannot change the data type of the primary key. Okay. So please keep this in mind because I saw last week some of you were trying to change the data type of the primary key, and you got an error message on your workbench. So this is why, because you cannot change the data type of the primary key. All right. So that's all we have covered during last week's class, which is include the how you name the tables, and then how you copy the tables, include how you copy the column and data types with other values, and also how you copy the tables, including the three of these, the columns, the data types, and the values inside the table. And then you also learn how to rename the column and how you change the data types of the table. Okay. And now let's try another code where you add the column. Okay. So this is how you can do it. Okay. This is the fifth one. Just make it here. And then you type in, it's start with alter. When you change something, you change the table, you always start with alter. And then the table, because you want to change the table. And then followed by the table's name. Okay. I want to change the customer's table over here. So please remember to always check the name of the table. Is it without S or is it with S? Okay, so I will type in the customer's table. Okay. And then since I want to add more columns, so I will say add. As you can see over here as well, it's some. Okay, I didn't see it again. Okay, it's add column. Okay, and then I want to add let's see. Do I have email? To see first. Okay, so I only have customer ID, name, phone, birth, date, and age. So let's go here. So I want to add an email. Okay, I want to add email. It's a variable char character, and it will consist of, let's see, it's 50. Is 50 too long? Yes, it's 50 too long. So maybe only 30 is enough. And okay, so as you can see here that I only have customer ID as the primary key, customer name, phone, and birth date and age. And I want this additional columns after the age column. So I will say it's after after age. After the age. Okay. Don't forget the semicolon. All right, and then I will just, okay, so I can see the green check over here. It means that it's successfully there. And I will copy here to see and run it over here. Okay, so I have an additional column, the email column over here. Okay, it's easy, right? All right. So let's move on to the next one. Before I check your coding, is there any some problems or not? So let's start with the sixth code. It's called data validation. So it's quite long, so you need to be pay attention. So again, since we are trying to modify tables, so we'll start with the alter table. And then customer is my favorite table. So I will try to give a change with the customer table. Okay, the customer table. And then I will add some constraint. Do you still remember what is constraint? So constraint is you know the rule that you want it to be in your database. So your database will still consistent. Okay, so I will add a constraint to my customers table, particularly for the phone column. Okay, so I will add the parentheses and type in the phone column over here. And then let's do the regular expression. So I wanted the phone columns only be inserted with the numbers. Okay, so I wanted to be only numbers to be inserted into the phone columns over here. So no letters, only phone, because it's a phone number, so it should be a phone number, right? So how you can do this? You type in and then followed by the the thing that you want it to be inserted. It's since it's a number, so it's 0 until 9, right? And then close it, and then followed by the rest of the okay, the rest of the value. Okay, and then so let's run this. Don't forget, we have two ways to execute the code. Since we are executing this line, the single line, So you choose to click the lightning bolt with the cursor over here, the right side one. Okay, so just that. Okay, so we can see the green check over here. It means that the code is already successfully. And then before I start to insert the customer's phone, okay, so I would like to see the values inside the customer table just to make sure that it's all correct. Okay, it's customer, right? Okay, customer. And then, okay, so it's here over here. Okay, so now let's start to insert, oh, sorry, to update the phone number inside here. Okay, so it's you, since you are doing an update, so yeah, you type in update. Okay, update and then followed by the customer. It's the name of the table, and then to set the column. Okay, the column is the phone, and then here I want to add, uh, you know, mm, okay, so it's, let's see, it's my name. Okay, it's my name. And then where I want to update the the first customer ID. So it's C01. Okay, so where the customer ID is equal to C 01. Okay, and then yeah, so you can see that we saw the red check because I tried to update into the phone using some letters. Okay, so that's why this is the constraint because I have the constraint for phone. It's only inserted by the numbers from 0 to 9. Once I update the font into using some letters, that's why we can see the error message over here. Okay, so let's change this value into some numbers. Okay, and then try to execute it. Okay, so we can see the green check over here. It means that the constraint is works. Okay, constraint works. All right, before I move to the next one, to the 7, how to remove the constraint. Is there any one of you have an error message? So we still here in these two code. Yeah, these two code. Okay. If you have an error message over your workbench, you just raise your hand and I will come to you. Okay? Okay, you're still typing. Okay, I'll give you some time. I see some of you are not bringing your laptop to class. You don't need to worry because I will upload the video into the iLearning. Oh, sorry. Thank you. For last week, coding class, I also update the video on iLearning. But the thing is, you don't have any other chance because the assignments is only, the deadline is only 2 days after the class. Okay, so it's already expired last week. So that's why I always told you to bring your laptop to class so that you can you can experience how to do the hands-on coding. And then if you have any errors, you can have my help. Okay. So is there any one of you? Okay. where you when you removing the constraint. Okay, so let's try to remove the constraint. So the one that we have already done in the sixth line, okay, number 6, it's called constraint. Okay, and then you want to remove the constraint. I don't want this row to be exist for inserting the phone. So this is how you do it. So again, you start with the alter table because you want to modify a table. Okay, and then the table's name, okay, is customer because we were changing the customer's table in the before. And then because you want to remove that, you type in drop and then the check. Okay. And then oh wait, I miss one of the process. Let me check again. Okay, just I think I missed one, but let me check if this works or not. Oh, it works. Okay, it works. Okay, so I'm telling you that the name over here is automatically named by the workbench. Okay, over here. This is the table's name, and then the name after the following by the customer is given by the workbench itself. Since I give this is my first constraint, so the workbench know that this is my first constraint, and the workbench give this kind of name. This the first one, so it's check for one. Okay, check one. It's followed by the table's name. If I have another constraint, let's see if I copy and then I made another constraint, then I will, if I want to delete the second constraint, then I will just put the number 2 over here because the workbench already know that this is the first one. Okay, this is the first one, and this is the second one. Okay, so since the workbench already know, so I don't have to mention that this is the constraint one, this is constraint 2. Okay, since we are making a simple database, so I only have one constraint. So let's just type in customer and then check one. Okay, this is our first constraint. And then I want to check the table and then show the table customer. Oh, sorry. So I want to copy here. Okay, over here, then paste here. Okay, so the constraint was telling that the phone number should be inserted by numbers, right? So now I would like to try inserting some letters to check if the constraint already dropped or not. Okay, so let me put my names here. Okay, and then let me run it. Okay, so we can see the green check. It means that this phone column then don't have constraints. So if I want to put in a letters or numbers, then the system will not give me any error message. Okay. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Oh, it's almost break time. Okay, so I think I will continue after break time. 10 minutes break. If you have any questions, you can ask me afterwards. Okay, so let's have 10 minutes break. Oh yeah. It's filming. Okay.
218 tapi 112 ya. Bagus.
218. Ini ya.
Ya, kasih.
Okay. Next.
This one.
It's 173.
47.
Okay.
328.
328. 328.
Yeah.
Okay, this one.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay.
22.
22. 22. Okay.
205.
205. This one. This one.
Udah.
112.
Iya.
205. This one.
Yeah.
Okay. What? Sorry. 110.
Yes.
Okay. Come. 235. 235. This one.
Yes.
Okay. 237.
110.
110. This one. 243. Okay.
And this class, second class, I have 14. But
Second class. Second class. What date? 17. 17 is 17. I think 17 is midterm
sorry,
or March. March of 17. All right, you can scan the QR code for specific hour of the course. right? All right, so now let's continue to the next one. We still have number 8 and 9. It's how to remove the column. Okay, it's quite easy and simple. Okay, so again, if you are trying to modifying a table, it always start with alter. Okay, alter the table. And then let's see, I want to drop the leads item, okay? So I want to, oh, I want to remove the column, okay? So let's say I will have another column, it's called, I have another table, it's called leads, okay? So I want to change the leads table, okay? So this is my database. If you have another database, then you can use your own database, okay? So this is my table. This is my database. I have uh, tables of leads. I want to remove the column, okay? Then wait, before that, before I remove the columns, I would like to uh, see what the column inside the table slate, okay? Okay, describe the leads table, okay, and then run it. Okay, so I have customer ID, customer name, phone number, birth date, and age. Okay, so I want, okay, so after knowing these columns inside the table slate, I want to draw the columns of age, okay, over here. So you can stop or alter the tables of leads and then drop the age column. Okay. And then let's run. Okay, so as you can see the green check over here. And then try to uh, see if the age column is already dropped. So I will put my cursor here and then run the code. Okay, so you don't see the age column anymore because I dropped the columns already. Okay. It's quite simple and easy. I want to teach you another way to draw the column. Okay. But this is, I want to tell you how to draw a columns, which is the primary key. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, we start with alter table. Okay, and then followed by the table's name, which is leads. And then modify the customer ID. Okay, so the customer ID here is the primary key. Okay, so customer ID. And it's integer. Okay. Okay, so I've already modified first into the integer, and after that, I would like to drop it. So alter tables, and then followed by the names of the table. Okay, and then drop. Oops. Drop the primary key. Okay, so in case you don't want it to be primary key. Okay, so you dropped it. Okay, so let's try to run this code. Okay, so the primary key is already dropped. So let's see if it's dropped already by describing run this code. Okay, so customer ID, the type is already changed because I modified it into integer, and then I drop the customer ID's primary key. Okay, so I see that this is not a primary key anymore. Okay, so this is very important because I see some of you are trying to change the primary key. So this is how you drop the primary key over the tables. Okay. So next one, how you delete the tables. Okay, so before you do it, you need to be careful. Since I have another table which is I don't use, so I will choose this table to be dropped. Okay. Oh, no, sorry. I will drop a clients. Okay, so I have two similar tables over here. It's clients and customer. It's literally the same. So I just want to drop the clients. Okay. So how you do it? You just type in drop. Okay, before you do it, you need to be very careful because once you dropped it, it doesn't have any give you a message. Like, are you sure you want to drop it? There's no message, such a message. So you need to be very careful on choosing which one you drop. Okay, very careful because you will not get any message assuring you, are you ready to drop this kind of table? No. So once you run this code, your table will be lost. Okay, you will be deleted forever. Will not be able to recover it. Okay, so you need to be very careful on choosing which table you want to drop this time. All right. If you are not sure, you can ask me first, okay? So this is, okay, I'm telling you how to do it. Okay, drop the table and then followed by the table's name. Okay, so I'm choosing the clients table over here. Clients. Because I'm not using this table over here. Okay, if you're not sure, once again, you can call me before you run this code. Okay, so let me run it. See, there's no message to warn you. There's no warning message. Okay, and now I don't see the client table over here, as you can see. Okay, so okay, let's do this too. Is there any error message you got from the workbench? Once again, be careful when you drop the table because it will not give you any warning message. Okay, so if you're not sure which table you want to drop, you can call me and assist you right away. Okay, and any problems you get? Okay, I will give you some time to type in. If you got an error message, just raise your hand, I will come to you. Any difficulties? Okay, any other message you get? Do you need some help? If you're not sure to do the number 9 because there's no such warning message, you can it assist you. You don't know which table you want to draw because once you run this number 9 code, then you need to redo the beginning. Okay. Okay, you don't have problems, right? So if you don't have problems, then let me tell you the next one. I would like to tell you how to make an ERD, the schema diagrams. Okay. Okay, so attention, please. Attention, please. So now I would like to tell you how to make an ER diagram. You know the ER diagram, the one that uh, this table and this cells and this is table. So it always have G, right? This cell, and this is item, this item. So if you want to make a PRD just like this, to connect one table to another table, you can also read with workbench. Okay, pay attention. You could click the database and then reverse engineer. Okay, so let's just keep this and click continue. Okay, and insert the password. Click OK. Okay, it's finished. Then click the continue. So I wanted the Nava store to be the one that the ER diagram. So I choose this database instead of test. This is my database Nava store, and then continue. Okay, it's finished. So I click another continue. Okay, so it's four total objects for selected and click execute. Okay, and then it start, okay, it's already successfully here. Continue. And okay, let's see. All right, so since it's not connected, okay. Okay, so you can see the it's over here, the the table, okay, but it's not connected each other. So you need to make it connected. Let's go back to the code, the first class. Okay, the first class, the code first class. Okay, and then you connect it. Just it's There actually have many ways on how to connect the primary key with the foreign key. So you type in an alter. You have the first class code. You still save it, right? Okay, you can open it again, and then you type in the alter table. And then I want to connect the customer ID with the purchase. Okay. Okay, so customer, and then add constraint. Okay. And then foreign key. Mm-hmm. Customer ID. Okay. Reference. Reference. Customer, the table's name, and connect with the customer ID. Okay, oh, sorry, this should be purchase. Because I want to connect the purchase, the customer ID in the purchase with the customer ID in the customer. Okay, and then don't forget the semicolon. And let's execute this code to see if it works. Yes, you see the green check over here. And then I would like to connect the other foreign key with the primary key. So I have, let's see, I have the items ID. Okay, so items ID is in the item, right? Let's see the item. Yeah, the item. It's item ID. Just change it, modify it. You copy it and modify it from the item ID. Oh, sorry, it should be purchased. Sorry, wrong. Okay. So once again, this is my database. You should have your own database and you know how to connect the primary key of each table. Okay. If you don't have the tables with the primary key, then this process will have an error message. Okay. So let me run it for you to see if it works. Okay, let me check. Okay, if you get an error message, please check what is error. Okay. So we got an error message. It's failed to open the reference table item. Okay. Oh, I see. So it should be items instead of item. Okay. So let me run this again. Okay, yes, it's green check over here. Okay, so I believe that you will a lot of error message. Okay, so I will close this and try to run this again so that we can get the ER diagram which is connected to each other. Okay, I will type in my password and then continue. I'm choosing the Nala store. Okay, let's continue again and execute. Continue and close. Okay, so as you can see, now it's connected to each other. Okay, so maybe you are curious why there are four and one table is not connected to any of these three tables. So this is the examples that during the second class, we copy the tables. Okay, so leads here is copying the customer ID. Okay, so this is literally the same with the customer. Okay, and for this, during this process, I don't want to include this table. Okay, so I just, later I will delete this table. Now you see the three tables. This is called the ER diagram, okay, or schema diagram. It's almost the same. And once you hover over the line, you can see that the items ID in the items table is connected to the purchase items ID in the purchase. Okay, and then once you open the other line, and you can see that the customer ID in the purchase is connected to the customer ID in the customer table. Okay, so is there an error message you got? I believe so. So if you have any questions, you just raise your hand and I will come to you to help you. Okay. This is the. Okay. you're not sure how to do it, you can watch the YouTube that I will post on the iLearning, okay? So I will see you next week, and next week we still have one more. For next week, we still have one more hands-on coding class. So next week, please bring your laptop, okay? And don't forget to save your SQL script and upload it into iLearning. Yeah,
I should I try this.
oh, really? Okay, it's assignment 3, so you need to upload the today's SQL script into this assignment 3, okay? Okay, I'll see you next week.